'cause I really love to.
Welcome back to another episode of the GC Informer. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. You've got my lovely face back today, and we're going to go through the news of the weekend. We will start with a rather nice little story regarding Nintendo, and that is that GameCube controllers have been given support for the Switch. This is especially good news for those of you who don't like the Joy-Con controllers, and that seems to be a fair amount of people, and I don't mind them, they're alright. I got a Switch recently, they're not too bad. But for those of you who just can't stand them and prefer the controllers of your luck is in, because you can now use GameCube controllers. Of course, you have to buy a special adapter to get GameCube controllers into a USB slot, which is on the dock of the Switch. But, you know, I don't think they're too expensive, and you can get a 4-controller slot to go into the USB port. And that would be pretty damn nice to have just 4 GameCube controllers plugged into your Switch instead of the Joy-Cons. The controllers work fully with pretty much all games, and let's be honest, I love the GameCube controller. I think it's a really nice design, very underrated, and I'd be very happy to use one with the Switch. Especially Splatoon 2, because I struggle with shooters on console anyway, because I'm used to mouse control, but that's just me. Microsoft have done a semi-decent thing with the Xbox One X and have sort of extended the range of their expanded program, which is basically just where the games can run better on the Xbox One X, to include some games from the Xbox 360. The console itself launches on November the 7th, which isn't that far away, and the games that this will affect include Assassin's Creed, Halo 3, Forza, one of them I think, Forza, Fallout 3, and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. This means that these games will get special enhanced features just for the Xbox One X. This will probably include things like better frame rate performance, slightly better resolution, maybe slightly upgraded graphics as well. All in all, this is a good move, and it's a bit better than Sony are doing with the PlayStation 4 Pro, because they're actually upgrading their back catalogue, not just the current gen games. This might then be quite a good way to get Microsoft to, in the minds of the sort of hardcore gamer market of the people who will buy the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro, and it may sway some heads in that direction. There will be a Nintendo Direct in a matter of hours. Now, while this isn't technically news, just to say that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct, I'm recording too early to actually cover it, so I'm very much hoping that, who's covering tomorrow? I think someone. Whoever's covering tomorrow with the news. I should know this, I organised this. I hope that they cover the Nintendo Direct anyway, but it's regarding Animal Crossing. More specifically in this case, the Animal Crossing mobile game, which will be coming fairly soon, I should imagine. I'm really hoping that this isn't the typical mobile game, the whole microtransaction-ridden hell. I really hope that Nintendo just released a good Animal Crossing game on mobile, but I'm also kind of hoping that they announce a Switch version of Animal Crossing, because that'd be pretty damn sweet. Because I remember the Wii version of Animal Crossing, it was called Let's Go to the City, or City Folk, depending on where you come from. And that was a great game, console Animal Crossing. It was really nice. And I hope they put one on the Switch. That'd be really nice to see. A follow-up to a story from the other day. Neogaf is back online. While the site is back up and running, there will be no off-topic threads allowed on the site at all, and the site will be operating with a diminished, quote, moderation team, and all moderators will now become anonymous. Amidst all this, the owner of Neogaf has strenuously denied the sexual assault allegations made against him, as you would, I would assume, but, we'll wait for the facts of that to come out. He also claims that the off-topic section was the reason that the site was taken offline over the weekend, stating that it had stretched the moderation team's patience time and time again, and it just reached a boiling point. While I won't go into the details of the statements made by both himself and the lady who's made allegations against him, I'll boil it down to, it's a very confusing picture, very conflicting accounts of what happened and what was said and what was done. So, again, we will wait to see if charges are pressed, and if it goes to court, then we might find out what's happened. If not, then we won't find out what's happened, simple as that. Ooh, it's a very complicated issue, and it's worth just taking everything with a pinch of salt and just keeping an eye on everything and just watching the scenario develop before we all jump to conclusions. So that's it for this episode of the GC Informer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like, subscribe or a share, whatever you fancy, and our social links are down in the description, along with a link to our Discord where you can have some lovely public chat. If you like me, I can be found on Twitch at twitch.tv/metalnerddude, or I can be found on Twitter at @SnowyDuffield. Stay tuned to GameCast for more news, reviews, podcasts, let's plays, loads of gaming content, everything you could ever need. And I will see you soon for more news.